Hi, I'm Doug Dearth, and I'm the director and producer of 9,000 Needles, playing this year at the Cleveland Film Festival. 9,000 Needles was a challenging story for me because it's about my brother who had a stroke, and he and his family immediately started struggling with getting the health care they needed, or struggling against the lack of health care. He was insured, but the insurance restrictions came upon us very quickly. So out of pure desperation and trying to help him get better, I started searching for some alternatives. If we were going to have to pay for it ourselves, we needed to find something affordable and accessible for him and his family. So I found a program in China where they integrate Eastern and Western medicine to treat stroke patients, and they've had great success with it. So I researched it as much as I could, and then I tried to prepare myself to tell my family that I wanted to take Devin to China, of all places, for health care. Which is, just hearing myself say that is rather absurd, that we have to go to somewhere like China in order to take care of our own people. So I wanted to make the documentary, number one, to help him and go over there with him and be there, but also I felt like if I could just tell his story, because he's from Ohio, and he's a middle-class American, and I really felt that if the audience could relate to him and their family, they would realize that this is the issue we should be talking about, not the politics. Not my brother's a Republican, I'm a Democrat, and yet we still both face the same issue. And I think the arguments these days in healthcare, they don't funnel down to the everyday people that they're really about. So I was hoping that people would see the film, and maybe the more they fell in love with Devin and his family, then the more outraged they'd be about this healthcare argument not really being a real solution for people like you and I that this could happen to any day. So I'm hoping that'll accomplish that. But we did go over to China. We followed Devin around for 3.5 months, and I want people to see the film to see how he did, but you can assume he did better, or wouldn't be smiling about my film being here at the Cleveland Film Festival. And he's actually going back to China April 5th. Of all festivals, I wanted him here because, as I said, we both graduated high school here in Ohio, and I think he would have been as proud as I am to be showing the film here. But he's here in spirit. He called me today and wanted to know how things were going. He's still struggling. It was a very devastating stroke. It was in his brainstem. He's a young guy. He's 40 years old. So I think that his chances at recovery are still good, and he's still, making improvements little by little. So I hope people see it, and I hope it helps us really talk about the issues that are really at stake here, which is, we have some of the best medical care in the world. I've never felt an argument towards that. It's just the access to it that we're so challenged by. So I wasn't doing it to make people go elsewhere, although, like any other business, I guess if we start spending our money overseas on healthcare, then companies will lose money here and they'll do something about it.